Hey, good afternoon, baseball fans. This is Gorgo 2005 welcoming everybody to the channel today. We are off to a flying start today because I need to get busy and start singing. Because, get this, not just one user, not just one fan of the stream, but two different fans of the stream have both subscribed with Tier 1 subscriptions. So I need to sing to Cubs fan 23 Steve and Nersha Banco because you guys,
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best.
hey, so thank you everybody. We have two brand new, I shouldn't say brand new, but 3-month subscriptions. It's the third month for both of these two individuals, Cubs fan 23 Steve and Nersha Banco, and we thank you oh so much for your support of the channel. It's greatly appreciated, more than mere words can ever say. So anyway, let us see what is coming up for today. I think we're going to be taking a look at some at our three teams. Two of them have had playoff pushes, I do believe. One is already eliminated. I have not looked at the other one yet. And we have a team that is facing relegation to bronze. But we'll get into that in a little bit. But we are going to be looking at the three teams. We're not opening any packs today. We're going to do some historical stuffs. I'm hoping to do another historical challenge demo / live, whatever you want to call it. We're going to do an historical challenge today, and if we have time, and I think we will, we'll go ahead and do an historical simulation with my 1976 returning champion Cincinnati Reds against some team to be named later, and we may be asking you in chat to help me come up with a team name. I'm really thinking about stealing an idea from Laptop Hound. He has that wheel of destiny that he pulls up, that if I happen to utilize such a thing, I could maybe come up with my own random teams. But I think I'd rather for now have you guys provide me with some input, because you're all good baseball fans. You will know a good team that can go up against my 76 Reds and give them a run for their money. Like whoever it was that suggested the 96 Mets, I believe it was, some time ago. They almost, the 96 Yankees. I was in the right city, right church, wrong pews, so to speak. It was the 96 Yankees that took a 3-1 lead on my 76 Reds, but ended up getting reverse swept and lost the series 4-3. It was a pretty exciting run for the 76 Reds money. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the game and see what kind of orniness we can stir up here, okay? All right, we are in there, and I think you're going to like the audio today. At least I'm hoping so, because I have kicked VoiceMod's virtual mic completely the hell out of OBS. I am using some sound files from the VoiceMod sound library. That is when we go to do our PAX transition on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and also when we go to do our ad breaks. The music that we play in both instances are from VoiceMod sound files, which I do not need the voice changer for. So I'm doing without the virtual mic, which allows me to do the voice changing thing, to see how that improves our audio. I also have a formal complaint / support ticket in with VoiceMod, and they are working perhaps a little bit overtime to help me solve my audio woes. One of the first things that they suggested was, after getting into my system and seeing that I had an out-of-date version of VoiceMod, they suggested, first off, you need to get this version in there, and whenever you go to run it, and this is something I'd never done before, they said run VoiceMod as a computer administrator. Okay, and it's sounding pretty good right now. Thank you for the feedback there, 23 Steve. Yeah, I appreciate it. Because right now I'm not running with VoiceMod's virtual mic at all. I'm running strictly with my blue snowball right here. and it's doing and carrying all the heavy lifting, and it's going to be doing pretty well. I hope anyway. But if I happen to get voice mod back to working again and get so that I can have some flexibility with some of my sound effects, because otherwise I don't think I can do any. Let me see how this works. Can you hear a bleep when I do this? Can you hear a bleep? Can you hear? Are you hearing a bleep? Okay. If you can hear a bleep and it stops my voice from coming through the mic, then I can still use that sound effect. Okay, you can hear the beep. Okay, thank you, Nersh. Okay, I appreciate it. So, did it stop my voice though in the mic, or did it just make a noise? Were you able to hear my voice underneath of it? Because I like to use it when Voice Mod's virtual mic is turned on. That bleep actually turns the mic off. Okay, you don't think it stopped my voice? I didn't think it would there, Nersh. Thank you. I didn't think that it would because. I know it's going to make a sound. My voice still came through. Yeah, I figured it would, because I'm not using Voice Mod's virtual mic, so the bleep sound effect isn't going to do any good, as far as like if I actually do happen to utter a less than stellar word on stream, it won't stop you from hearing it, and that's what the whole point of the bleep button is that it stops you from hearing anything R-rated at worst, or I should say maybe at best, coming out of these two old fart lips. So anyway, we'll be working on the voice mod stuff in the background, but it's in the meantime, until we get it up and running and to a position where I feel comfortable with it and I feel confident in it, then we may go back to it. But for right now, we're running strictly off of the actual microphone, my Blue Snowball, and I'm hoping to be able to keep this up for some period of time until I get my other issues solved. But in the meantime, I don't think we're going to worry about losing audio on stream, unless I happen to inadvertently hit my mute button, in which case. But now you can hear me. What I said was, while I had the mute turned on, was that you're not going to hear me right now. So, yeah, the mute button has been modified so that it does not use Voice Mod's mute, but it uses an actual mute on all my audio devices. Okay? That is all of my incoming audio stuff. Alrighty, so, anywho, we are in Perfect Team. We already have a tournament win today, and we already have a second place today. I've picked up 15 packs even before getting started. It's a thing of beauty. My tournament team is back in its groove again. So yeah, I have 15 packs before I even get to my first Twitch drop today, and I already have. My music's too loud. Let me see what I can do to turn that down a little bit here, GM. Let me see. Right now it's only at 3% volume. Let me try taking it down a notch. Nope. Okay, it's down a little bit. Because that's not... oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's not Voice Mod, that's Pretzel. Let me see what I can do inside of Pretzel. Bear with me a moment. Maybe I can take it down a notch. Take it down from 3% down to 2. Okay. Ugh, I don't want to do that. Where are my settings at? Okay. I can't really take it down. Yeah, until I can get into a part of Pretzel music that I've not gotten into, I can't really touch the volume right now. I wish I could. Let me see here. Hang on a second. There we go. There we go. I can hear that pretty well. It's at 1% right now. I couldn't get it to land on 2%. So anyway, hey, it's time for our first ad break anyway. Okay, that's better. Okay, did I do a lot of changes to my tournament team? I did not. What I did was I had a completely new build there, Twan LX2000. I had a completely new build that started just about a week ago, and it's been doing great for me ever since. Okay? All right, so let's see what we can do here, because we do have an ad break coming up. I want to make sure that my Twitch ad break button is working, and if it isn't, then I have to go to Twitch itself to run the ad. So here we go. Let's see if we can run an ad today. A word from our sponsors. Okay, gang, we are back from the ad break, and I'm in the process of spamming another Ace of Bronze right now. And it looks like I may be getting close to packing again on these two adjacent tournaments here. We'll take a look at those in just a bit. I started the day with 13 packs. So I already have a 10-pack win and a 5-pack second place. And I have one Twitch drop that came home to daddy. So that's where my 16 new ones have come from. We're not going to be opening packs today again. We're going to be just looking at the teams, running some historical stuffs, and then having our giveaway, and that's going to make up the stream today. I will not have to be a slave in the kitchen today. The supper is already in the crock pot, so we are set to go there. So I can go as late or as early as I need to. But in the meantime, let's jump in and see what happened to my playoff-bound Finneytown Flames. Come on, game, anytime now. And there you can see, I got swept in the wild card round by the Centani Wombat Horde. So I only got to play 2 postseason games, and I lost them both. First one by a 3-1 tally, and the earlier game was a 5-4 extra inning affair that I lost by 1 run. So these were 2 good, close ball games here. I just came out on the short end of the stick, and the RNG stick, you might as well say, in both occasions here. But GG's to the Centani Wombat Horde and their manager. I have to go back to see who the manager is. I forget already. The manager is F. Holmes, okay? Or F. Holmes. I really don't know. But F. Holmes, you have had the upper hand on me, and we are grateful maybe to be taking some time off, because I'm a little bit weary of playoffs, if there is any such thing. Let's take a look and see what the rest of the league is up to as far as the postseason goes. Let's go to the wild card round. And you'll see that, okay, here I was with the Centani Wombat Horde, and they swept me. So they got the sweep achievement. The next wild card series was EVC. EVC and NYC his Banshees, and they were playing the CA River Plate, otherwise known as Carp, and they swept them in 2 games, 10-6 and 5-3. So there's 2 sweeps out of 2 series. Bob Loblaw's against the Sylvania Humidity, who are owned by Quiz Kid. The Loblogs won the first game, but the Quiz Kids team came back to win the next 2. He has all the Northwest Ohio town name humidity teams. I guess that would be Lake Erie humidity, you could say, Western Lake Erie. But anyway, this would be Quiz Kids team moving on to the division series. And over here we had another 3-game series, the Flint Tropics and the Buffalo Bisons. And that one went to 3 games, and the Bisons came out on top with a 6-0 shutout in the deciding 3rd game. So they got to knock out the Flint Tropics, who are now home resting for the rest of the playoffs. And we have another sim coming in. We can take a look at the division series right after this, because this is Diamond playoffs, folks. It's not perfect league, but it's the next best thing. Okay. And let's see, go back to the postseason coverage. And I think I'm going to go to the playoff tree at this point. Okay, in the division series, EVC got knocked out 3-1 by the Tavistock-based Ballersons. Okay, and down here, the Wombat Horde that took me on and knocked me out of the wild card were beaten by Wheeze's Vancouver Vibes, the team that won my division. And their team manager is known here in Twitch as Wheeze Khalifa. Wheeze Khalifa. WEAS, and then the Khalifa, just like the rapper, okay? Instead of Wiz Khalifa, it's Wheeze Khalifa. So it's going to be the Vancouver Vibes going on to the Diamond 363 World Series, because they swept the Tavistock-based Ballersons 4-0 in the conference finals here. And I've got another tournament I need to spam. That 62 ended a bit prematurely. Okay, over here we have a little bit more exciting piece of action. But moving backwards here, the the Sylvania Humidity got swept by the Winnipeg Go Jets Go, and the Buffalo Bisons are continuing to ride the wild card magic in beating the Tamiami Bolts, or Tamiami. I don't know. I'm wanting to say Miami, because that's what it looks like to me, but I'm probably mispronouncing it totally wrong. But anyway, that was an exciting 5-game series. And here we have a best of 7 going on, and the Bisons are down 2-3 to the Winnipeg Go Jets Go. The winner of this series gets to play Wheeze's Vancouver Vibes for a chance to go to Perfect League. Now, if I remember right, none of these teams... Oh, wait a minute, I take that back. Vancouver Vibes have been to Perfect League. I don't think that Winnipeg Go Jets Go have been there, but I can make doubly sure. No, they do have a Diamond Championship. They have been there. They have been there. So let's take a look. Okay, what about Buffalo's Bisons? They do not have a Diamond Championship. PEM's CFO, I'm ready to bet that that's PEM's GM in the Discord, also here in Twitch. That would be PEM's GM, I'm fairly sure. Okay, so he's got the Buffalo Bisons, and they right now are on the short end of the playoff stick, down 3-2 in the conference finals, to see who's going to represent that side of the table in the World Series. So I'm wishing everybody else in here that's in your playoff pushes nothing but the best of luck, and we'll see how everything plays out today and see if we have any first-time appearances in Perfect League, which is always a nice thing to see, because I hope to be amongst those people here someday. I will be in Diamond, forget this, my 22nd straight season. And somebody in the Discord, in the OTP official Discord, they nailed it today. When I said, okay, I'll be back for a 22nd straight season in Diamond, they said, oh, you're the Everton of OOTP. And if you don't know Everton, Everton is a team in the English Premier Soccer League or English Football League. They are very rarely, they don't ever get to go on and do other great things, but they're stuck in Premier League forever. They never get relegated. So it seems. So being likened to them is nothing I'm ashamed of at all. I mean, like, Everton's got a heck of a good team. In fact, all those teams in Premier League, well, it's the reason it's called Premier League. The same reason that Perfect League is called Perfect League here in OTP. I mean, like, for English football, you can't get any better than that. Okay. Go Canada. There's Laptop Hound showing up in there. The vibes are Lefty Cheese, Erie GM. Yes, I am well aware of that. Pujols is helping the Bisons. Okay. Okay, you're looking good there. Okay, hang on a second there. We have, I need to get into some other place where I can read the Twitch chat here. Oh, Tom Miami. Okay, thank you, Jason Cleghorn. I appreciate that. Oh, it's in South Florida. Ah, Tom Miami. Okay, we're close enough to Thanksgiving, and a reference to yams is not that bad a thing. I'll try to remember that. Thank you so much for the input on that. Okay, what else have we got going here? Erie GM, at least I did make playoffs. Bailey OTP, I'm glad you're streaming so I can get 1 or 2 shots for Bob Gibson ahead of my DIL finals. I hope you get him. I hope to gosh you get him, or at least something you can use to help build your team up. The vibes are running Lefty Cheese. Hey, Tommy Amy. Okay, I'll remember that. I shall remember that. Mid-table Warriors. Okay, yeah, Jason Cleghorn talking about Everton. Mid-table Warriors. They like to hang out in the middle of the English Premier League table. So someone calling me the Everton of OOTP, like I say, is nothing to be ashamed of at all. Laptop Hound, your Gladiators lost in the, oh no. Ouch, I am so sorry to hear that. So it's between Naples and Miami. Okay, your free to play is still stuck in silver. One of my silver teams is going to be pushed down to bronze this next season, and we will see that very shortly. I think the fact that I have a window open here in the house to let some air circulate through while I've got my door shut and the door is only ajar, it's blowing open, then blowing shut, then blowing open, then blowing shut. Tommy Amy. Okay, let me see. We have, the Buffalo Bisons are running. Let's see, what were we saying? Yeah, their Pujols is doing pretty nicely. 36 home runs and 121 ribbies. Not too shabby for them. Not too shabby for them at all. Backing up and going back to the Vancouver Vibes and looking at them. And yes, they are running strictly Lefty Cheese. They've got the nice Koufax card. I have these 3 guys pitching for me, but I don't have the Koufax card yet. I don't have Eddie Plank yet either, or even Waddy Clark. I don't think I have Al Leiter either, but I do have Tug McGraw. I don't have Helsley. I've got Papelbon. I got Hoffman. I don't have Halliday. Okay, so I need to go out and spam another tournament because I like to keep my slots filled up. And I may take a look. There's my second drop just hitting. Let me see. There's my Ace of Bronze down there. That's number 77. So my 63 I've got running back here. I want to take a look and see what's going on inside of here because I may be getting close to packing once more. I've already gotten 15 packs today from tournaments, which I'm really pleased with. Even before I got my first Twitch drops, and I've already got 2 of those. So I'm starting to gear myself up for a good pack opening on Wednesday. Oh, Jason Cleghorn, you had no idea that Arsenal was in first? Yes, they are leading the English Premier League. You bet your booties. My Arsenal Gunners, there you go. Oh, they knocked out Chelsea today? Oh, okay. I'll have a VOD that I'll be able to go to in Sling TV today because I have them recording all of my English Premier League games that they broadcast, and that'll be one of them. So I can go back and take a look at that one. I like to follow Chelsea because they have the one of the best American players there in Mr. Christian Pulisic. So we like to see that. Ha ha ha. Laptop Hound says, I'll take that window. 11, okay. You'll take that window? 11 degrees Fahrenheit with snow up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Holy moly. Now, we've had some 50-mile-an-hour winds here. Mostly yesterday. They're down to maybe 20 to 25 today. But the wind was blowing the leaves all over Hell's Half Acre here. And for about an hour before I got on here to get the stream started and before I got my coffee o'clock Java, my daily Java, I was outside with the wife and we were clearing up leaves out of our driveway. And I can see right now in that 63 tournament, I just got knocked out. And I was going to a game 7 in round 2 and I got knocked out. So let's go ahead and download this. And we'll see if I can get into another tournament, or if the other one hasn't finished playing or filling up yet, then I have to wait until the next time I come back here. But we are going to run our historical stuff back here on the main account. Oh, I can wait for one more team to sign up. Okay, these tournaments fill up pretty fast. I can stick around and wait for a moment or two. So let's see. Mr. W. Norris, okay. It's been so long, you're a bit stunned a bit yourself. Okay. 75 degrees in New England today. Yes, yes. It's about that outside right now, Mr. W. Norris. Yes. Oh, and I forgot, too. You came in with the cows earlier today, and I didn't give you your... yet. Okay. I should have done that during the countdown timer because I do have sound effects available for me during the countdown timer. There he goes. He's in there. He is in there. What's that emote? Okay, yes. Okay. Yeah, so you're very, very welcome, good sir. So, yeah, we like to give you the sounds that you so like. So, let's see now. Let me see if my tournaments have filled up yet. And yes, it's to preparing stage right now, so it won't be long before I can leave this account and then go take a look at my sad number 2 team, the Wildcats. They're going back to bronze. Cringe. Okay, it looks like I can get into an ace of bronze right now, so let's get out of here and go read the sad but true tale on the Wildcats. Okay. Okay, I need to start spamming some Iron Best of 5, so let's do that first. Because these two Iron Tournament teams have actually been doing halfway decent here lately, and I can buy another pack. Okay, so let me go in here and let's buy another pack and get us up to 20 in advance of Wednesday. And you'll see, like I said, the sad but true tale on this one silver team of mine that is packs only, and they are arguably the strongest of my 2 silver teams, but they ended up tied for last in the entire freaking league. Okay, looking at the relegation standings this way, they are sitting all the way down here at the bargain basement of the entire league. And we finished 5 games away from escape. So anyway, in fact, those 5 games may not have been good enough because the first team outside of relegation was statistically tied with the team that was at the top of the drop zone. So I don't know what sort of tiebreaker was in effect here, but these folks get to survive, and the Jayhawks get sent down to bronze along with yours truly. All right, so I got another sim coming in, and we can see, because there's nobody else in this particular league I think that I'm familiar with. I do want to buy one more pack. So this team is going to be playing in bronze next week. But now my other team, I have yet to see how well they are doing, because they won their division and tied for the conference's top seed. So they automatically got a bye all the way through to the division series. And if they win the division series, they win promotion to gold. Okay. But anyway, like I said, my two packs only Iron Tournament teams have actually been winning some packs here lately. If we go in and take a look, you'll see some of that success. I can spam another one. There, right there's a second place. I got 2 packs from that one. Okay. Yeah, that's the only tournament placement that I've had on this team. But they did have a placement, their first one in quite a long time. I mean, like, look at, it's been forever since they last got a pack placement. It's the first one in, what, maybe 30, 40 tournaments. But they did get one, and it was good for 2 packs. So we're thankful for those 2 packs. That's one of the reasons you keep on spamming. And it follows one of my other old adages that I like to do, is that even a blind squirrel is occasionally going to find a nut. And this old blind squirrel just found a nut in a second place finish. Because right now, you know, the team leaves a lot to be desired, but like I said, every now and then even a blind squirrel is going to find a nut, and that's the nut right there. All right, so let's get out of here. I think I'm ready to spam another one. Let's spam the second one, and then we'll go take a look. Oh, I need to come up here and do this. I need to go Iron Best of 5. Then it's going to send me back to the bottom again. It's going to do another snap to down there. I'm going to send it up here so that it's up here for a while, and it can do another snap to here. So the next time I'm inside this tournament screen, it's going to have a snap up to the top of the table instead of down to the very bottom of the table, which I do not want. Okay, so let me jump around a little bit, see what's going on in chat. Okay. Nothing really new. Okay. Nothing new there. Did I have my 30 seconds yet? I'm going to go ahead and chance it. Okay, so I got to wait for 12 more teams here. I'm not going to stick around and wait. Let's go take a look, and you can find out the same time I do how my third team, the Juggernauts, have done in the playoffs. I'm really hoping for some good stuff here, because I've been so busy doing other stuff like raking leaves in the driveway, courtesy of the 50-mile-an-hour winds we had yesterday. We had flags in the neighborhood that were starting to rip. They were really, really starting to rip. And I've got another pack I can buy here on this team. But let's go ahead. Okay, good, you're good. Okay, this team plays Ace of Iron. They've been doing pretty well, too. They've had 2 different pack placements here lately. I think they picked up 8 packs over the course of this weekend, just from tournaments. Okay, so let's go in and see what these guys are doing. I'm hoping to see green over here instead of red. I want to see green instead of red. Green means a win, red means a loss. Right about here. Once we get in there, and nope. Oh no, I lost my DS, which means I don't get promoted to gold. Even though I was one of the top 2 seeds in the entire conference, I got knocked out in Game 5. 8-3. The Kilkenny Killers, owned by P-Toner09, knocked out my Juggernauts that were the top seed tied for it in the entire conference. Take a look here. I want to look at my standings. Here we go. Here I am over here in the AC West, 93 and 69, and I was tied with the Neo-Antigens with a 574 record. The Portland Hops won their division, owned by Maxwell 18. But there's the Kilkenny Killers. They had to make it through a wild card round. They are riding their own brand of wild card magic. And look at the flag they're flying. The flag is for another nation. And I'd have to look it up to find out who the green, white, and red is. I don't think it's Spain. I'm wondering if it's Portugal, maybe? I'd have to look it up. I'd have to look it up because I'm not too good on foreign flags. But P Toner 09, GG's to you. And the Neo-Antigens. Let's see what the playoff tree looks like. Okay, so there I got knocked out by the Kilkenny Killers 3-2. They are tied 2-2 with the Neo-Antigens, who knocked out the New Braunfels Texans 3-1 in the division series. So the Antigens will get to move up to gold, and the Kilkenny Killers get to move up to gold, and I get to stay put in silver for another season. Not that big a deal. Hopus Topus got knocked out, but they will win promotion to gold because they made it to their division or their conference final, and the Waskaganish Whappers. Try to say that one 5 times real fast. Okay. Kilkenny is in Ireland. Oh, that's an Irish flag. Okay, there we go. There you go. Thank you, Bailey OTP. Okay. Yeah, Kilkenny is in Ireland. I can see that, and I can see where it's an Irish flag. Duh. Okay. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Okay. Razor FMG says he lost in his division series. Now he gets another bronze level point boosting. Okay. Well, good luck in bronze. I'll be coming down with my Wildcats to join you down there starting tomorrow. So that's what's going on here. It's going to be the Waskaganish Whappers against the winner of this series here. But somebody's got to get to 4 wins before the other team does. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. Waskaganish must have won their division because they had a bye. Hopus Topus is riding their wild card magic through all the way to the conference finals. So they're looking pretty good. So anyway, that's what the 3 teams are looking like. And we don't have too much else to report. Except I think what I want to do, while I'm here, I'm going to change my pitching staff back to regular season status. We're going to go back to the 5-man rotation. Oh, I forgot to take it down to a 4-man. Okay, so it's going to stay a 5-man rotation, and I'm going to take my best ERA is going to earn promotion to the rotation. Riho was in the rotation, but I think Kurt Schilling has earned a nod there. So we're going to move him there. Pedro had a pretty good season. Red Faber had a nice season in middle relief. So I'm going to take Schilling and set him to be a starting pitcher. And I'm going to take Jose Rijo, take Josie, as he was sometimes known in red circles, and make him into a reliever. So there we go. Otherwise, not too much else I can change here. I am still using this nice gold Chicken Wolf tournament reward card that I got from placing in a perfect draft tournament. He was like a semifinal loss reward, like the third best card to be had in the entire tournament. The second place winner got to get a diamond card, and the first place winner won a perfect card. So I was glad to take whatever I could there. Now, it looks like I've got maybe some cards I can sell. We'll wait and see. Once we are through most of the missions, I'll decide on selling off some of these extra guys here. Let me see what I have in the way of saleability on them, because I think I've got some fairly decent saleability. Yes, I do. Let me move, or no, that's too low. Let's move up here. Okay, really only one of them I can sell, and that's Arenado, and I'm not using him at the moment. I can sell him. Then Benitez, I'm using him. I'm using Benitez. I'm using Mule Suttles. I'm using R.A. Dickey. Using Billy Willie. I'm using Leon Day. So, yeah, I've only got one card up here I can sell. Everybody else was locked up when they were gold or diamond cards before they got made perfects at the last live update. I mean, like Justin Verlander, Andres Munoz, AJ Minter's been on 100 for a while. Jeff McNeil, not so much. We are ready for ad break number 2. So before we go back to start doing our historical stuff, let's go ahead and do this word from our sponsors. Hang on, here we go. Okay, and we are now back to my main number 1 team in Diamond, the Flames. I think I'm all caught up with chat. I am 100% caught up with chat, because Razor FMG was the last person that I acknowledged there. Everybody else, like, doubly sure that I've got it all. Yes. Okay. Nice. Okay, so here we are. While we're here, we're going to go ahead and do what we used to do on a regular basis on Sundays, and that's go out and try to get a pack from an historical challenge. Okay, so let's do that real quick, and then we'll do some simulations, like try to simulate a team for my 76 Reds to play against in a little series, and then we will have our perfect point giveaway and be done for the day. Let's go ahead and spend, it'll be a long 5 minutes, probably between 5 and 10, where normally if I'm not talking to anybody or trying to explain anything, I can get through an historical season in 5 minutes or less. But I do have a way that I go about it, and I'll go through and show you the things that I do to earn a pack in about 5 minutes time. So after I click on this new historical game, if I move this over a little bit, no, I can't move it over, but it's right here in the middle of your left-hand home screen menu. New historical game. That's one that you click on, and the first thing you see when it comes up is challenge mode. Hence, that's how I call this an historical challenge. Okay, so we are going to enable challenge mode, and I always have it set for this era and for 1927 as the specific year, because I'm playing as the 1927 New York Yankees. Okay, 100% Yankees. Okay, so we go ahead and move on, and we have to wait for some stuff to get imported at this point. I can talk over that because I've got to sit here and wait anyway. Well, we do have one more adjustment to make before we get to the next real breaking point screen, and we'll talk about that one when we get to it. I do have to make one little checkbox adjustment. to make sure that I pull in the actual players. Oh, good chill music. And here's where I get to put the stuff in. Where if I click on these top two check boxes up here, I only need to click the bottom one because that automatically pulls in the top one with it. Use real historical lineups, and it'll use real historical transactions. Not that I really need that, but it'll bring them in anyway. So we go ahead and go to the next step, then the next step, then the next step. Now here is where I make some changes. I'm going to name my game the current date in year, month, date format, 2022 11/06, and then I do a space, then I do the time, 3:46 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, and I auto save once a virtual month. And somebody previously asked me why I do it then. It's because I can use an earlier saved copy in case my season gets knocked out unexpectedly. It has happened once when I've been in the middle of one of these historical simulations and I have gotten my computer spontaneously did a reboot. I think what it was, I had a brownout that took out my comp, and I ended up having to reload the game from the last save point. And that way I did not have to do the entire season all over again. So that's the reason I tell it to save once a virtual month, is because I want to have a good save point to go back to. And there's my manager's name up there that I've changed to Old Sparky Anderson. That would be young Sparky, the guy who was around in 75 and 76. That's his daddy managing the Yankees in 1927. So this is where we can move on and go to the next step. And it takes a little bit of time for this now to come in. Next thing it'll ask me is what team I want to play as from 1927, and I choose the Yankees. There they are. They are highlighted, and I move on to start the game. Now here I gotta wait for it to come up, and it's going to offer me an option for using the continue button up in the upper right hand corner and allowing me to also configure it, and I'll show you how I do the configuration. Fairly simple stuff. Once you do it a time or two, it'll be second nature. But we have to wait for all this stuff to import. There we are. Now I can hit this continue button up here, and it'll ask me if I want to configure this continue button. And yes, I do want to configure it. Now, what I do to configure it is I take away all the check marks. Take away every last check mark. Then here's the most important one. This one allows you to get the season complete in 5 minutes or less. Change this first drop down on autoplay length during the regular season. Change it from 1 day at a time. Every time you hit the green continue button, you want it to do a week at a time every time you hit the continue button. So that's why I changed it from 1 day to 1 week. Otherwise, it will stop after every single blasted sim and make you hit the continue button to move on. It's a waste of time. So we don't need that. Let's keep going. And now we can hit continue, and then we hit it one more time. Now we are at the point where we are in the preseason and we are waiting on the game to get to opening day. Once it gets to opening day, then we start playing baseball, and you'll see how quickly a week for the entirety of Major League Baseball, how quickly that week simulates. It is extremely quick. In fact, it's lightning quick. It would amaze you if you have not otherwise seen it. Because I know it surprised the heck out of me the first time I went to run it and told it to do a week at a time. Boom, like that, practically. But we have to wait for it to get set up before opening day can begin. There we are. So autoplay was interrupted. The regular season starts today. We're at opening day. Let's start the season and continue. And here we go. Watch how fast this first week happens. 1 week done. Right? Like that. Okay, now I got an achievement. Any one of these achievements that pop up is capable of giving me a pack. Now, the game is not going to be able to show you in the historical challenge. It's not going to be able to show you whether or not you got a pack yet. That'll be part of a future patch later. For now, we have to get out of the tournament once it's out of the season and this historical simulation. Once this season is done simulating the 1927 Major League Baseball season, once it's done, then I can go out and go back over to Out of the Park's Perfect Team, go into Perfect Team mode, and then look at my transaction history. And it'll tell me if I won a pack or not, and if I did, what denomination it is. Most of the time it's going to be a standard pack, but every now and then the game gets generous enough, it will throw a gold pack at you. The 2 times that I've had a pack claimed on my number 2 team, the Wildcats, the ones that are going back to bronze next week, both of their challenge packs have been gold packs. Okay, all right, so I've got one achievement here. Any achievement, any single achievement that pops up is capable of producing a pack, but I won't know it until I go out and take a look in my transaction history. Otherwise, when a future patch, you'll be able to see there will be like a little extension up here above and another extension down here below. It's about the shape of a baseball card. That will be your indication that you have won a pack. Okay, but it's not working in OTP because I think it's a client-side thing, something that you would have to install on the client side. So right now we have one achievement in hand. Let's keep on going. Simulate the next week. There's another week done. Another achievement. Continue. I'm going to start zipping now. Another achievement. Keep going. Okay, keep going. No achievement that week. This week, okay, we got one. Continue on. The Yankees right now are taking it on the chin. They are not leading the American League at the moment. They are, okay, they're working their way up to the top. They'll take a look here. 3 achievements. And we're working our way up. We're a game and a half back. Batter of the month, Babe Ruth. Okay, good. Take care of that. Continue on. Because take a look, we're already into June in the season. Up here at the top, you can see where we are in the season. If I leave the cursor there, I can zoom in on it and you can see it better. Maybe so. Let me try that again. Let me try zooming it another way. Here we go, right there. Top center, Monday, June 6th, 1927. You can see up there at that particular point over to the right of the words MLB season, it tells you how far along you are in the season. Okay, up here. Now let's keep on going. Yankees were on top there briefly, and let's keep going. Now they're on top. Home run streak from Babe Ruth. Starting to build up a little bit of a lead in the American League. Because they get 2 more achievements. One if they win the league, and then another one if they win the World Series. And those are 2 more chances to win a pack. Because remember, any one of these achievements, any single one, is capable of producing a pack. Okay. We're already midway through July. Won't be long before the season is done. Three more achievements. Babe Ruth got his 400th home run. Good for him. He always gets his 400th home run during the 1927 season. Okay, I don't care about the personal message. So, look at my Reds are leading the National League over there. Nice. Okay, so another week has gone by. Let's keep on going. I think I would like to see my Reds take on the Yankees in the World Series. Would be Okay, nothing new here. Keep going. Look at, we're already into September. The season is almost over. Oh, the Reds got knocked out of first place by the Pirates. Shucky darns, okay? We're just about done with the season. The Reds are back on top again. Can they make it? Can they make it? Oh, no. It looks like it's going to be... Okay, there are 5 achievements there for the Yankees. We are ready to go on to a World Series, shall we? I think it's going to be the Pirates. No, it's my Reds. My Reds. They ended up winning the National League. All right, let's go. Okay. And yes, the Yankees took them 4-2. So the Yankees will, they already got 1 achievement for winning the league and going to the playoffs. And now they got another one here for being the World Series champs. Owner goal complete. But we're not done with achievements yet. We are done, though, however, with the continue button. The green continue button, we are done with that. I come over here. Now that the season is done, the postseason is done, let's do the postseason awards, which means I can fast forward using this play tab. I can fast forward to December 4th, because look at the 7 stops on the league calendar up above that. All of them postseason awards. Great Glove, Reliever of the Year, Platinum Stick, Rookie of the Year, Manager of the Year, Cy Young, MVPs, and Hall of Fame voting after December the 4th. Okay, so we're fast forwarding to December the 4th to see how many more achievements we can pick up. Because like I said, any single achievement is capable of producing a pack. We just can't see it in game yet unless we go to the transaction history. Okay, look at there. We got Babe Ruth as the MVP. Herb Pennock won the Cy Young. Due to my mouse clicking expertise, I won Manager of the Year. We got a great bat for Gehrig and a great glove for Mark Koenig. Okay, so 5 nice little postseason achievements there. We can get out of here now and go to the OTP start screen. That season is done. It is kaput. Tropical Love. Okay, there's another drop came in. Now, let's see. Going into Perfect Team now, we will check our transaction history and see if we have won a pack from the challenge. And it'll tell us if we have. Okay, Market tab, Transaction History, and there it is right there. We got a pack from Challenge Mode, and it was a standard pack. So that's telling me then that that we have won a standard pack, and we don't have to go back and repeat Challenge Mode for this particular team. If you are missing this pack up here that says got a pack from Challenge Mode, then you need to go right back out and do it again. Most times you won't have to do it more than twice or maybe 3 times. Almost every time, though, I get it on the first try. That's why I like the 1927 Yankees, is because they pump out achievements like none other. And the more achievements you have, the more chances to win a pack that you have. Okay, so we got our pack, and later on when a future patch comes out that will have to be installed on the client side, then part and parcel of that should be the appearance of the pack in game during the historical challenge, so you don't have to go all the way back out and go into Perfect Team mode to find out how you did with earning that pack or not earning that pack. You'll be able to tell in game during the challenge, because if you don't get the notification pop up, then you have to go back and do it again because you didn't get it. All right, let us keep on keeping on, because it's about time. We have about an hour left in the stream. Let's go ahead and start up our historical challenge today. And it's going to be the 1976 Cincinnati Reds taking on a team that will be determined by the first person in chat that gives me a suggestion. Okay? Go Reds. There you go. So, who are the 1976 Cincinnati Reds, our defending and returning champions? Who are they going to play in the next simulated World Series? 84 Cubs. You got it, Steve. 84 Cubs are going to be up against the 76 Reds. Let's do this thing. But now here, instead of new historical game, which opens up the historical challenge that can earn you a pack once every 72 hours, I forgot to add that. You can only earn one pack every 72 hours, which is 3 full days. What I like to do, I try to earn my pack on Sundays. So I do everything based on Sundays, and then that means my 72-hour window going either way, either from the current Sunday or before the next Sunday. I try to go anywhere from Wednesday evening through Thursday morning. Anytime in there, I will try to earn packs on all 3 of my teams, because then it'll be due time to do so, to allow for a 72-hour window on either side of the historical challenges. Okay? So I like to stay consistent and keep my spacing the same so that I can remember the days better. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. So let's do the historical exhibition. We're going to do the 84 Cubs as the visiting team. 84 is going to be after baseball's boom, so we're going to go defensive era, and we are going to choose a 1984, and we are going to use the Chicago Baby Bears. Okay, there they are. The home team is going to be baseball's boom, and it's going to be 76, and it's going to be that big red machine that baseball fans know and love. Okay, we're going to make sure that it's going to go 7 games, 2, 3, and 2 on the home and away. We are going to disable injuries. We're going with 1976 settings as opposed to 84 settings, and we're going to use the end of season rosters of 25 players or less. Okay, so let us go ahead and create yonder exhibition. As we have about 8.5 minutes left before our next ad break. Okay, the exhibition was set up successfully. We can edit the team's rosters. I don't need to edit them at all. I'm going to leave them right where they are. Take a look who we have here. They've got Eckersley as a starting pitcher. Dennis Eckersley as a starting pitcher, not a reliever. He was a starter for them in '84. Okay, Rick Reuschel, Scott Sanderson, Rick Sutcliffe. What a foursome that is. Very formidable. Rich Bordy is a reliever. Warren Brewstar. Okay. Then George Frazier, Dick Ruthven or Ruthven. Because, I've heard this pronounced both ways. Ruthven might be the guy's preferred way of pronouncing it. But we have a very famous wildlife painter, artist that passed away a few years ago. His name was John Ruthven. I've got a living room full of John Ruthven prints. I have 4, count them, 4 different John Ruthven prints that I was able to pick up at my place of employment for a reduced price, for a greatly reduced price. And they are worth many, many times what I actually paid for them, because now they're framed, fully framed. And one of the 4 was a gift from a daughter of mine, the one that lives up north, west of Toledo by an hour. It was a gift from her and her family one Christmas. That was a signed Ruthven print that also had a postage stamp that went along with it. The postage stamp was a carbon copy of the Ruthven print. So yeah, he had one of his prints turned into a U.S. postage stamp, and that's included with the little thing that our daughter gifted us with that Christmas, and it's a gorgeous piece of work. It's a smaller piece of Ruthven's. It's only like maybe 1 foot square, including the frame. And the other ones that we have are roughly 18 by 30 inches as far as their dimensions go. But we do have 4 John Ruthven prints in our living room, and we love them. So yeah, Dick Ruthven or Ruthven, okay, Steve Trout, okay, Tim Stoddard, Lee Smith is the closer. Let's go. Okay, so that's a decent looking lineup they have going. And of course, we know who the Reds have going for them, and I mean, like it's been the stuff that legends are made of ever since I can remember. Okay, let's go ahead and simulate game number 1. We got Rick Sutcliffe coming into Cincinnati's Riverfront Stadium to go up against Pat Zachary, the subject of a good bronze pitching card for people that play bronze tournaments. There is a good bronze Pat Zachary card that you can pull out from your card sack if you do have a good, healthy lineup of bronze cards you can choose from. So we're going to simulate this. Game 1 goes to my 76 Reds. Look at that, 8-6. It was a slugfest. Let's take a look at the box score and see who did what when. It looks like the Reds jumped out early. Yes, we got spotted to 7 runs in the first 5 innings, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 in the fifth, then a singleton in the 6th. Holy moly, to account for the 8 runs. And what Chicago did, they got all their runs, 2 each in the last 3, or 3 of the last 4 innings, I should say. The 6th, 7th, and 8th featured 2 runs each. So we were spotted to a 7-0 lead, and they came back with 2. Then we got a single run to take it from 7-2 to 8-2, then 7-4, and then 8-4, then 8-6. So that's how that particular piece of work worked out. Who did what when? Okay, over here, Geronimo hit a single versus Rick Sutcliffe. And what did he do? He had his single RBI at that point in time, so he drove a run in. JB hit a 2-run triple. Let's go in the bottom of the 2nd. So Geronimo had an RBI. JB had a 2 RBI triple. Then in the bottom of the 3rd, when we got 2 more runs, Tony Perez, Doggy, the Doggy, Atanasio Perez Regal is his full Cuban given name, and he hit a 2-run double off Sutcliffe in the bottom of the 3rd. Okay, then in the bottom of the 8th, that's when the Cubbies, or the top of the 8th, the Cubbies came back with their final 2 runs. Leon Durham got a 2-run home run off of Pat Zachary, who survived that long. The pitching lines. Pat Zachary pitched 7 2/3 innings of 5-hit baseball, allowing 6 runs, all of them earned, 10, count them, 10 free passes, 4 strikeouts, 1 home run given up that we already saw up there. Leon Durham scored that off of him with a 7.04 ERA. Kind of cringeworthy, but he won the game. Raleigh Eastwood came in and pitched 1.1 innings of relief work and managed to notch his first save of the series. And he's got a 0.00 ERA. Over here, Rick Sutcliffe took the loss. He had 7 earned runs and 7 hits in 4.1 innings. He ended up taking the hard luck loss. Warren Brewster, 1.2 innings, 1 run unearned, and that was closing out the scoring for the Reds. So that 1 run unearned, let's see if we can figure this out. 1 run unearned. That would have been, Oh yeah, the Cubbies had an error. That's what I was looking for, and I forgot where to look. There, the Cubbies did score an error there, and that's probably where that unearned run came from, was courtesy of that error. So anyway, the Reds have taken a 1-0 lead in the simulated World Series, the winner-take-all World Series of 1976 versus 1984. Let's keep on going. Okay. No, nothing new in chat, except I see another drop just came in. So let us, not to be confused with cabbage, let us move on. We're going to play ball. We're going to finish the day, and we are going to go ahead and simulate game number 2 in Riverfront Stadium in 1976. Let's go. And the Reds are up now 2-0. And look at this, a 9-zip shellacking. Hate to tell you, Stevie, but your boys are losing. And they lost in a big-time way here, 9-0. Yikes. Let's look at the box score. But before we look at the box score, it's time for another ad break. So let's go ahead and do that first, and then we will return right here to this little spot on the map. And we will catch you guys in a moment after this word from our sponsors. Hang on, please. Okay, gang, we have returned. Let me make sure we still have a microphone, and yes, it appears that we do, so we're good there. We have gotten a 9-0 Game 2 victory for my Reds, and yes, Cubs fan 23, Steve. Kind of like Game 3, 4, and 5 in San Diego. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Yep, I know precisely what you're talking about from that particular fated year, right? So anyway, let us see where the Reds got their goodies. I can see now Freddie Norman he's threatening. He pitched a complete Game 4 hitter. He may be in the running for World Series MVP of the seasons that the Reds, the 76 Reds, have been playing this historical simulation. He has walked off with 2 World Series MVP trophies, and he may be in the running now because of that complete Game 4 hitter that he just threw. All right, so what do we got up here? Home runs from George Foster, 1 on and 1 out. So that was a 2-run shot. Tony Perez hit 2 home runs in the ball game. In the 3rd inning off Scott Sanderson with 1 on, 1 out, and then in the 8th inning against, I guess that's Todd Stoddard. Let me see down here. Tim Stoddard, okay. Tim Stoddard was the pitcher at the time, and nobody was on, so he had 3 RBIs strictly from home runs. 2 from his first 2-run shot and 1 from the solo shot in the 8th. So, power hitting, not so power pitching on opposite sides of the table. See, they're looking like they can use a little bit of help there, Stevie. They're looking like they could use a whole lot of help. But we do get a travel day coming up, and we're going to play the next 3 in Chi-Town. So let's go ahead and finish the day, and then we're going to finish the day again because we have a travel day in between games 2 and 3. Now we're ready to simulate the next one. So Is it going to be 3-0 or 2-1? Let's find out. Ooh, 3-zip. Ouch, ouch, and more ouch for Cubs fan 23 Steve. The 76 Reds are taking it to his 84 Cubbies. And look at, this is as close a ball game as you can find. 1-zip. Eckersley took the hard luck loss. Gary Nolan got the very fortunate win. How did we look in the box score? This should look good. Nolan allowed no runs on 1 hit over 9 innings. He threw a 1-hitter. Let's go. A 1-hitter. A 1-hitter. Mercy. And only 2 walks. If there were no errors, and there were none, that 1 hit and those 2 walks were the only thing separating Gary Nolan from a perfect game. I think the Cubbies bats need to show up there, Steve. The Cubbies fans, or the Cubbies bats need to wake up. They are lacking a little bit. How did the Reds get their run? Okay. It was in the top of the 9th. Okay. Gary Nolan started out with a single, and then looks like Ken Griffey drove him home with another single. Let's look at the game log and we'll figure this out. Gary Nolan may have scored the game-winning run, the game's only run. We're looking for top of the 9th. Here we go. So there was a single off the bat of Gary Nolan. He was a decent hitting pitcher, by the way. Ken Griffey Sr. gets up, and he hits a single that drives Nolan to second. Okay. Pete Rose gets up. There's a wild pitch. Oh, wait, look here. The runner from second tries for third, and he was safe. The throw by the right fielder made to third base. So Gary Nolan, through his hustle and hard work, made it to third base and slid in under the throw. Ah, nice, nice, nice. So next thing happened, Pete Rose plunked by a wild pitch. Or was he plunked? No, he wasn't plunked. But it might as well have been a plunk, because the Reds would not have scored a run had it not been a just plain vanilla wild pitch. But anyway, Gary Nolan got home on that and scored the game's only run. Ken Griffey Sr. went to second. Then after that, Pete Rose flied out to center field. And then Joe Morgan drew an intentional walk, because they had men at first and second now with 2 outs. And they got, only 1 out at this point. Then Foster gets up and he struck out. Then Tony Perez was the next man up. And what did he do but hit into a fielder's choice at second, where they took the ball to the bag up in the middle of the infield, and the Reds were out of the inning. And really, for all intents and purposes, that was the only run of the game. So they did great. They did fantastic. So it's 3-0, Cubs fan Steve. Okay. Eckersley actually became a reliever in 1987 with Oakland. Interesting piece of trivia. Yes. So Eck did start in 84. Okay. Okay. Yep. Cubs fan 23 Steve is exactly right there, Bailey OOTP. Most assuredly, correctamundo. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to finish the day, and I think we're ready to start playing one. But what I'm going to do is I have to take a real quick break for myself. So I am going to put up my break screen, and we will return to our action, and we are going to play out game number 4. Okay, but I still need to take a break, so let's do that first. I won't have any music other than what's already playing. Okay, yep, you need to go out and buy some new bats, of course. So I need to take a break for myself, and we shall return forthwith once I get myself taken care of. Okay? Be right back. Okay, gang, we're back. Thank you for bearing with me while I needed to take a little bit of time off. Oh, Cubs fan 23 Steve thinks that Eckersley threw a no-hitter early in his career when he was with the then Cleveland Indians. That seems to run in my mind as well. Right. Thank you there, Bikey99, for confirming. Yeah, I was concurring with that particular assessment on Dennis Eckersley throwing a no-hitter back in his early career days. So we are ready to go ahead and play out game number 4. So let's get to it, folks, because this one could be a game of consequence in Wrigley in the year 1984. We're going to let computer AI take over everything. Wait a minute, hang on a second. Is my pretzel music volume still at 1? Let me double check it real quick, please. What happened to it? Oh, there it is. Okay. This volume control is very, very sensitive in pretzel music. I think what I'm going to do is make a suggestion to them to allow for incremental controls underneath of the volume control so that I don't have to do a drag and drop to figure out my volume. Because if I drag just a smidgen too far, it turns it off completely. And if I turn it a smidgen too far the other way, it gets too loud. Okay? So we'll leave it right there where it's at. It's sitting on 1%. It seems to be reasonable. So let's go ahead and keep on moving. We are ready to get into this 84 versus 76 World Series Game 4, where my 76 Reds can close this thing out and put the Cubs out of their misery. Let's go ahead and start the game. Okay, yes, we are going to use the warm-up rule. Let's keep on going. You'll hear game noise. Okay, the game noise is there, and we are ready to start this thing. Rick Russell on the mound for the 84 Cubbies, and Ken Griffey Sr. coming up to the plate for the 76 Reds. This is a little bit of righty on lefty action, so it'll be interesting to see how Griffey Sr. plays out against Mr. Russell. So we will continue on, and here we go. On the first pitch that he sees, I think it is. On the first pitch that Griffey sees, he hits it and it finds some grass out in center field, and he is on with a not just a leadoff single, but a first pitch single off the arm of Rick Russell. Okay, we are ready to move on. Now with the man on first, nobody out, here is Pete Rose, graduate of Western Hills High School here in Cincinnati. So he is going to be up, and with a full count, he draws a walk. So we have men at first and second now. Nobody out yet. And coming to the plate should be Joe Morgan. And there he is. Little Joe is up at the plate. Lefty on righty. What are we going to see off the bat of Mr. Morgan with a 2-2 count? Looks like a lazy fly ball to right field, and the right fielder pulls it in. Mr. Lopes grabs it, and he has it. So with one man out, we still have men at first and second base for the 76 Reds. Let us continue on. I do believe our next batter is going to be one Mr. George Foster. And there he is. He is up, and he is ready to hit. What's he going to do now? Well, on the first pitch that he sees. Oh my. Griffey tried to steal third, and he got tossed out. Hasse fired the ball to third, and Ken Griffey Sr. is out of here. So with two outs now, and Pete Rose on second base, let's see if the Reds can make some other noise other than just a loud out at third base on a steal attempt. Okay, so the next man up, still George Foster, and with a 3-ball count, high hopper, and yep. Ron Say at third base fielded the ball, because I didn't see where the ball went. I had to depend on the text up there to tell me what happened where. So after 1/2 inning, the Reds threatened but didn't get anything to come across. So it's the Reds nothing and the Cubs coming to bat. So Jack Billingham, stalwart right-handed pitcher for the 1976 Reds, taking on Bob Dernier. Gosh, I haven't seen and heard some of these names in a little bit of time. Bob Dernier is up at the plate. Righty on righty versus, with Jack Billingham versus Bob Dernier here. Let's go ahead and continue on. And on a 1-strike pitch, bunts it. But he got on with a single. Dernier with the bunt came towards the mound. Billingham picked it up, tossed it to first, and Dernier legged it out. So with a leadoff infield hit of the bunt variety, Bob Dernier is on first base, nobody out. Okay, next man up is going to be Ron Say, the third baseman. And with a 1-1 count, what does he do? It plunked him. He got plunked as opposed to getting punked in an Ashton Kutcher fashion. But anyway, we have us men at first and second. This is how the Reds started out. Men at first and second with nobody out. Let's see if the Cubbies can make better noise than the Reds were capable of doing in their half of the first inning. Okay, so the next man up is Ryne Sandberg, the Cubbies' stellar second baseman. And he is going to, with a 2-2 count, lazy fly ball to center field. Geronimo bags it into the glove, and it is now one man out with men at first and second base. Lazy fly ball to Cesar Geronimo. Okay, so let us move on. And who do we have? Gary Matthews is now coming up to the plate. Gary Matthews with men at first and third, I think, yeah. Oh, then the leadoff guy must have moved to third on the throw, and I missed it. Okay, let's see what we have going here. Maybe he had to tag out or tag up. He had to tag up and make it to third base because I didn't see how he got to third otherwise. Okay. Denier tag. Yes, thank you there, Cubs fan 23 Steve. He did tag and go to third. Okay, I just happened to miss that small, maybe not so small detail. And with a 3-1 pitch, oh, a nice diving catch off the on the glove of Mr. Griffey, but that allowed Dernier to tag up at third, and with some smart base running, he pulls in with the first run of the ball game, and the 84 Cubs have snagged a 1-0 lead from the 76 Reds to lead this game 1-0. 2 men out now in the top, or let's see, no, the bottom of the first still. So let's see what the next man up does, and that's going to be Ron Hassey, the catcher, with a man at first base, and that is in the form of Ron Say. So with a full count, Hassey took strike 3 looking. Ouch, ouch, and more ouch. Ooh. So at the end of 1 complete, the Cubbies managed to make the noise that the Reds failed to make, and they take a 1-0 lead after 1 inning complete. Second inning coming up. Tony Perez from the Reds, their first baseman, and he's going to come with a 1-strike pitch, and he hits it how? Where? It is out of here. Tony Perez, the doggy, the big dog, has just tied up this game 1-1, a 372-foot mammoth shot off the bat of the erstwhile Cuban star for Cincinnati. So we have us a tie score. Nobody out yet in the second inning. Next man up is going to be Cesar Geronimo, who had the nice throw back in, but wasn't good enough to snag Dernier at third base when he tagged up after that fly ball that Cesar caught. So Cesar's up at the plate against righty Rick Russell, and with a 1-strike pitch, looks like another lazy fly ball to the right fielder Lopes, and he comes in to make the catch. So with 1 man out, we have us the next batter coming up to the plate, and I'm wanting to say that the next batter is going to be JB, and I'm right. JB is the next batter, the catcher for my Reds. He is up with nobody on base with 1 out. Tony Perez already home with a solo shot that went 372 feet to straightaway left field. What's JB going to do for us? With a 1-strike count, it appears that he was able to get that ball to drop. He got that ball to find some green, and he is on first base now with a 1-out single. Okay. Let's move on to the next batter, Davy Concepcion, sitting in the 8-hole. The number 8 batter, Davy Concepcion, with a 1-2 count. Wild pitch, and that's going to allow JB, Mr. Johnny Bench from Binger, Oklahoma, to take second base. Okay? So let's keep on moving. Now, still with a 3-2 count now. Ooh, Concepcion tried to hold his swing. He could not hold up, and he is out. The second out of the inning for Cincinnati, and we're ready to go for the last batter of the inning, maybe. And that's going to be pitcher Jack Billingham. He's up. Now, what's he going to be asked to do? If I remember right, Billingham was not that terribly bad a hitter. So let's see what they have Jack doing for the Reds. With a 1-strike count, hit it to the shortstop, and Larry Boa picks it up and tosses it to first, and the Cubbies are out of the inning, but not before Johnny Bench ties it up I'm sorry, no. Tony Perez ties it up with a solo shot to lead off the second inning. So Tony Perez won, and Chicago Cubs won. You might as well say, at the end of 1.5 innings. Okay, next thing coming up will be the Cubbies coming up to bat, and they have Davey Lopes. They're I think he's playing right field for them. Yes, he's playing right field. He didn't turn into an infielder until some other incarnation, I think perhaps with the Dodgers. So Davey Lopes is in there as the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the second. And with a 1-strike count, here's what Davey does. Hits it on the ground to Tony Perez. He makes the pickup and beat the runner to the bag. And we are now 1 out into the inning. Next man up, Richie Hebner, who made some racket with Pittsburgh during his career. So he is up, and with a 1-strike count, what's Richie going to do? Hit it to Pete Rose at third. He throws him out easily at first base. And now 2 men out in the inning after the ground out from Richie Hebner. And let's go ahead and see what Larry Boa can do. He is their shortstop. Larry Boa, their shortstop, is up. And with a 3-1 count, he took ball 4. So we have a man on first still. 2 outs now. And we're going to have the next batter coming up to the plate, and I think it's their 9-hole batter. Who's their 9-hole batter? Rick Russell. Yep. He's going to bat for himself. Let's see what Mr. Russell can do. And if I remember right, this guy could hit really, really nicely. Let's see what he does. On a 1-ball count, the fielder's choice goes to second, and they got out of the inning. So with 2 outs, the pitcher, Russell, hits into a fielder's choice that went to second base to get the final out of the inning. So after 1.5 innings, it's the Reds 2 innings. 2 innings. The Reds 1 and the Cubbies 1. Okay, let us keep on going. Okay, the Cubs are in the field. Reds are up at the plate. Are the Reds going to be able to dent the plate again? Let's see what they get. Okay. Now, Griffey 1 for 1 on the day. And he hits to the second baseman, Ryan Sandberg, and he throws him out easily for the first out of the inning. On a 1-ball count, that ball was struck. Okay. Let us keep on moving. And now we have Peter Edward Rose coming up to the plate again. And on the first pitch he sees, grounds it to first base, but the pitcher went over to cover, and he made sure it was out. Okay, let's see. I was daydreaming for a second. Let's move on. First man up is going to be Richie Hebner, picking it up and throwing it over to Russell at first. We are 1 man out here. Little Joe Morgan is up. What's he going to do? On a full count, Little Joe slaps it to first, and he beats him to the bag, and that's it. That retires the side. The Reds are out of their half of the third inning, I should say. And let's keep on moving here. Let's go on. Bottom of the third, first man up should be the top of the order. Bob Denier is up for the Cubbies. What's he going to do for us? He has a single. I think he's not going to get an at-bat this time. He's going to get himself an out. Or he didn't have a hit to start out. He ended up going on with a bunt single in the first inning, and he grounded out to shortstop here in the top or the bottom of the third. Let's keep on moving. Ron Say, third baseman, righty on righty action. And with a 1-1 count, that ball found some grass, hit out to center field. A single for Mr. Ron Say, and Concepcion, let's see, no, he's covering second while Little Joe's over here, but Geronimo throws it back into second, and that's where Mr. Say is going to stay, is at first base. Let's keep on going. And we got us Ryan Sandberg coming up to see if he can help make some more noise for these 84 Cubbies. He flied out to center for his first time up. Is this a double play ball? No, it is not. Quick flip to second base, but Ron Say broke up the would-be double play with a good, clean slide without hurting Mr. Morgan. So we have a man at first base now with 2 outs. Next man up is going to be Gary Matthews with Ryan Sandberg at first. And on a full count, Matthews hits it to short, and there, whoa, threw it away. The ball got thrown away. Got past Perez. Okay, where's the error going to be? A 2-base error on the play, but I don't see where the error was assigned. I'm trusting it was, okay, it was a low throw to first. It was a low throw to first, so the error has to be on Davey. We are ready for our final ad break of the day. Let's go ahead and do that, and we shall return with some continued third inning action with 2 outs. Are the Cubbies going to be able to make some 2-out magic happen here in the third? Let's find out after the ad break, last one of the day. Hang on, here's a word from our sponsors. Okay, let us keep on moving here. We're going to see if the 84 Cubbies can make something happen in their half of the third, because we have men at second and third now with 2 outs, and what's going to happen? What's going to happen? We have us Ron Hassey up at the plate, lefty on right-hand pitcher Jack Billingham. What happens here? On a 2-ball count, he hits it to Little Joe, and Little Joe throws him out for the 3rd out of the inning. And now, we are getting a little late in the stream. I'm going to make an executive decision here, and we're going to jump ahead. I want to go to the 8th inning, okay? I'm going to move to the 8th inning and see what happens. And the Cubbies have a 3-2 lead. They came up with 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th. The Reds came back with 1 to answer in the top of the 7th. So the Reds are up in the top of the 8th now. Bob Bailey up at the plate. I believe he is a pinch hitter. Yes, he is a pinch hitter. Pinch hitting for I trust it would have been Jack Billingham. So he's pinch hitting, and look at who the Cubbies have on the mound right now, none other than Lee Smith. Their top-notch reliever is on the mound for the Cubbies. And let's see how Bob Bailey fares against Lee Smith. With the first pitch that he sees, Bailey hits it down the line. Gary Matthews got there and pulls it in. So he has snagged it for the first out of the 8th inning. So we're going to move on. And Ken Griffey Sr. is the batter against Lee Smith. And with the first pitch he sees, grounds it to second. Easy out. So 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Okay, so let's keep on going here. We now have Pete Rose up at the plate, and on a 2-strike count,
Strike 3.
took strike 3. That is it. So the Cubbies are going to try. We're going to try to go now to the 9th inning. Okay, we're going to go to the 9th inning and see if the Cubbies can close it out. Okay. The Cubbies didn't get anything in the bottom of the 8th, so let's see if they can close it out here in the 9th, and we'll probably simulate a little bit for the rest of the series until we get a winner. Okay, so continuing on, Little Joe Morgan up at the plate. Still, Lee Smith, lazy fly ball to left field, and there's 1 out. On a 1-1 pitch, Little Joe hits it out on a lazy fly ball to left field and is caught for the first out. Okay, so now we have George Foster up at the plate, and with a 2-ball count, a little looper, and he got it. He got it. Short left center, and ooh baby, Bosley snagged it with a really fine defensive play in left center field, just beyond the infield. Okay, we are down now to the Reds' final hope, and that's the one guy that gave them their first run of the ball game back in the top of the 2nd inning, Mr. Atanasio Perez Regal, otherwise known as Tony Perez, the big dog. He's up at the plate trying to get the Reds back into this ball game. So let's go on now with the first pitch that he sees. He hits it. Oh, a diving catch. A diving catch from Dernier, and mercy sakes, what a play. And the Cubbies pulled it out 3-2 in game number 4. Exciting ball game. Very, very good ball game. I'll bet Cubs fan 23 Steve likes that better. Okay. Yeah, that's right, too, Vieja. I got swept in the wild card. Okay. Yep. Okay, so the Cubs are down now 3-1. We're going to go ahead and leave the game and finish the day. Now we're going to go ahead and simulate game number 5. We're simulating game 5 in Chicago at Wrigley and see if we can finish up this series. And yes, we did finish up the series. And look at it, was another 1-0 squeaker. Pat Zachary getting the win over Rick Sutcliffe, and Tony Perez got series MVP. Freddie Norman didn't get it this time, but Tony Perez got it. Let's see what the Reds did to get their one and only run that got the series trophy again in their hands. Ken Griffey hit a run-scoring single against Rick Sutcliffe in the top of the 8th, and that was the only run the Reds needed. Because look at, the Reds got out-hit 6-4, but they won the game 1-0 on a 4-hit performance from the arms of Rick Sutcliffe and George Frazier. They threw a combined 4-hitter, and the Cubbies took it on the chin with a really, really tough 1-0 loss after a fine pitching performance from Sutcliffe and Frazier. It's a shame that they lost that game, but somebody had to lose it and somebody had to win it. So my Reds are going to be coming back as the defending champions next week. So that's GG's, and better luck next time to Cubs fan 23 Steve. We hope that your team will eventually make it here one of these days. We'll see. But in the meantime, my Reds took it 4-1, and we will gladly walk off with that series. Okay, we'll finish the day, finish the series, get out to the OTP main screen because it's just about time for us to do a perfect point giveaway. Okay, let us move to the giveaway. Let me get myself there. There's my final drop that just came in. I've got another tournament to spam. Let me spam that. You need to get to, there we go, Ace of Bronze. So we should have 20 packs in today, 10 from a tournament win, 5 from a tournament second place, and 5 drops. So I've already got 20 packs today. Oh, wait a minute, 21. I forgot my challenge pack. I've got 21 packs on my flame, so they're almost to a pack-a-palooza, and the game's only the day is maybe only halfway over. So let me get to a screen here where we can do our giveaway. So bear with me a moment. We will get there. And here is where I like to do my giveaways because I've got built into this screen, the giveaway info happens up here in the upper left-hand corner of your Twitch screen, my streaming screen. So here's what the ground rules are for the giveaway, okay? Once I start the giveaway, which will be momentarily, you will need to do one of two things. Exclamation point enter, and then hit your enter key. Exclamation point ticket, and then hit your enter key. Only one of the two. Don't do both or it'll kick you out. Okay? You want to do one command and one command only. Either exclamation point enter or exclamation point ticket. Do not, regardless of what Stream Elements tells you, do not put a number after the command. Because if you do put a number after the command, that will also kick you out. So those are the main ground rules of the giveaway, and the winner will be given 25,000 perfect points courtesy of Out of the Park Baseball. They have granted me that 25K that I can give away once a week, and I'm doing it today. So be ready. We're going to start the giveaway here very shortly. And remember, exclamation point ticket or exclamation point enter. That's your command that you use in the chat, and you only use one command, not both, and you don't put a number after the command. Okay? We are ready to start it up, and here we go. We'll give it a couple of minutes to run. You'll see up in the upper left-hand corner, you should see it running. And the first ticket in looks like it came from Landmark MKE. Okay. Twan LX 2000's in there, Port Dog's in there, KK Fitz is in there, Roman a Day Twitch, Waddy, Kidney Envy, Cicero 2K, BB Donald, 39 Cobra, who was our last winner, I do believe. 2 Viejas in there, Bikey 99, MJ Tebow, first time in the chat, so thank you for joining the channel. We appreciate you being here. Luke 1111, Zen Lunatic, Laertes 1, Uber Reese is in there. Uber Reese is one of our two-time winners, I do believe, and Cubs fan 23 Steve is also a two-time winner, along with Twan LX 2000. Okay, those are our multiple winners on the giveaway. Laptop Hound is in there. Geo Bonrock Hounds, haha, nice, is in there. Recovered New 101, Prentice Brown, okay, is in there too. B Phil B, Des 223. How are we doing on time? We only have about 30 seconds to go, and we have 24 entries. We now have 20 seconds to go on the giveaway. More people can enter in the next 15 seconds. Do we have any more entries? Or any more tickets? Three, two, one, and the giveaway is closed. The giveaway is closed. We picked up 3 last-second entries, okay? Spaceline Bear, Nurshabenko, and JDA 168. Okay, we have 27 entries. That's quite a few for today's giveaway. Who are we going to have as our winner? We'll draw the winner momentarily. And the winner is Port Dog. Congratulations to Port Dog. You have just won 25,000 perfect points. Congratulations, buddy. I'm glad to be able to give you 25,000 perfect points, but here's how we need to get it for you. I'll be talking to you in Twitch and sending you a Twitch whisper. And what I need to do is get from you the OOTP account name where you want your 25,000 perfect points to go. Your OOTP account name, and you need to give me the correct capitalization as far as you can, okay? I'm going to see if I can find Port Dog in the entries. There he is. There's Port Dog. Okay, Port Dog, I'm going to send you a whisper, and I'm going to be asking for your OOTP account name. Okay, OOTP, we'll be glad to award you the 25K. So, Port Dog, where are you, buddy? Port Dog, are you there? Is Port Dog there? I don't see any response yet. Oh, there we go. 2 Tango 2. Okay. All right, that's the account where we will send your perfect points. If you bear with me just a moment there, Port Dog, I will double check on something and let you know whether we're on good ground or not. Okay, bear with me a moment. I just need to confirm that I can find that manager name. 2 Tango 2. And once I find it, see, because my OOTP helper likes for me to verify the winners. And I do that by going to the Perfect Team Universe and put in the manager name and make sure that we're on good ground. And there it is, the New Hampshire Port Dogs. Okay, good. Okay, Port Dog, I will be sending those 25,000 perfect points your way very gladly. Congratulations again. Thanks to everybody for entering the giveaway and for being here and spending time with the old fart today. Let me see if I can find somebody to send you to on a raid. And if I can't find somebody, then we will just go ahead and say sayonara for the day. Bear with me a moment while I go look for a raid customer here. And it looks like there's only one other game going on in town right now, and that's our newest female streamer. I don't know that she's an affiliate yet. I don't think she can give you drops, but she does have 1K followers, so she's been at this streaming game quite a bit, but maybe a brand new one to OOTP. But she is running, oh my, let's see. She said she's doing variety streaming games. I don't know. Oh yeah, she has to be doing OOTP because I asked for the OOTP streamers, and she's the only one active right now. So I'm going to send you over to Kim is Chilling. So let's hang on just a moment, and we will get you there. Bear with me a moment here. Oops, need to spell it right. Okay, we're going to say Kim is Chilling. Okay, here we go. So thank you everybody for spending time with the old fart today. We're going to send you over to Kim is Chilling. And in the meantime, It's Gorgo 2005, rounding third and heading for home. Thanks again for spending time with the old fart. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. Good luck to everybody in your playoff pushes, and we will see you folks later, hopefully on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time when we have our next pack ripping stream. Take care now. Bye-bye.